Don't ask me what time it is. I don't know. I don't care. I only care about my Father's time. My Father really is God. I'm really the unknown prophet of God, if you like it or not. You like it? Or don't you? First, I like to talk about uh, well, a question, huh? Are we in the last days? No, we are not in the last days. But many of you will be in the last days because for you is it that you're gonna die in these last days. But there are also lots of people who will live more years. So these are the people who will be in the last years, to be very honest. And to be precisely. I like to be precisely. So we are in the last years for the people who live years. And for the people who do not have much to live anymore. These are the people who will live in the last days. But how will you know that you do have years or days left? No one knows. But many will understand when it is time for you, for your last days or your last years. Remember this. It's important. It's better for you if you do live in the last days than all the trouble you gonna get here on earth. You're never gonna see it. You're never gonna taste of it. And it will not come into your mind. It's only painful, folks. But don't listen to me that you will think, now then I'm gonna kill myself. You know, this guy say it like that, eh? But that's not what I mean. You know, you are here to live, not to die. But for the people who will live in the last days, it's better for the people who will live in the last days, of course, than who will live in the last years. Because the people who live in the last years will know more than the people who will live in the next day. The less you know, the better, folks. The less problems you will get, and the less disease you will get, and the less mind-blowing things you will get. But for the people who will be in the last days, your problems are not gone. Because you're going to take your problems with you. If you did make lots of problems here on this earth, then this is what you take with you. This go over into your soul. Everything what is in your mind now, you will remember in your soul. Your soul is your travel bag. you will forget nothing. Everything stays the same. So everything what you did, go into your soul. So it's important what you do here on earth, and it's important what you're going to give your soul. You will understand when the day comes you die. It will be precisely like I told you. You must be careful with your soul and with yourselves. Watch out what you are doing, what you are saying, what you eat and drink, and all that kind of business, folks. What kind of parties and what kind of friends and what kind of family you do have, and the things you do and want and think of and feel and hear and see, taste and touch, learn. It's very important. For your soul. I can tell you, when your soul go to God, then it is God who wants your soul. That must be a spotless, clean soul. Many of you did ruin this already. And it did not even start. On the end of this story, no one go. All will stay. God will find no one. Now I want to talk about the coronavirus, folks. I told you when God did come to me, I did stop things, right? I told you. I did stop things. Things, what is not needed, I did stop it. I told my Father God, I don't need these things anymore, because now I do have you, and I only will listen to you. And God never told me, don't do this, don't do that anymore, don't do, God never told me. But it did come into me, like someone was talking into me, into my mind, into my body. And I listened to this spiritual talking figure, I think that is the good advices God gave me. And that's why I did stop all the things I did do in life. Was not good. I did love to eat chicken or eggs or fish. But when God did come, I told my Father God, everything what is alive is meant to stay alive, not for my pleasure to eat it. And that's why I did stop eating those things. And for this, folks, I'm gonna miss a lot of nice food. You understand? Because I really did love it. And I still love it, but I don't take it anymore. Even if I die for it, folks, it's finished. I did stop this, and I keep my promise. I did promise this to this thing what is in me, what's talking to me all the time, and giving me good advice in the things I need to do, how I need to walk, how I need to talk, how I need to walk. So there are two things with me. It is God, and it is something spiritual, what also is with me. So these two are with me, definitely. They're always with me. Sometimes God come and speak, but most of the times it's this spiritual thing what talk with me all the time. It cannot stop talking. And this thing did give me everything. Everything I know and everything. Everything. That's why I know so much. I did get the knowledge what was locked up. Maybe it was locked up in me, or maybe it was locked up in something else. But it did go free, and it did find me, and now it is in me. It's a force. I cannot explain. And also with the dreams I can explain, but the visions I cannot explain. I never did get them 7 years ago. And I never been stoned or high or, so I don't know nothing about that world. But now I know everything. So I know how you feel when you are stoned and start to see things. You always will see dark things, things in what you think do not exist. But all you see, it do exist, or else you cannot see what do not exist. And that's also with the movies. You see the movies and you see strange things, and you think, well man, that's just a movie, that do not exist. But how the people did come on it. Back to the Future. About the shoes, you push a button and your shoes are completely fit around your feet. Does it exist? Yes, folks. You saw it. You saw it. It's there. It's the same with a hoverboard. Does a hoverboard, what is going a little bit above the floor, Yes, folks, it do exist. People will not come with it if it did not exist. It exists. So people can never make things what do not exist. It needs to come into your mind so that you will see it and you're gonna make it. You understand? So in your faraway thoughts, it is there. It do exist. And I'm the only one who can tell you that God do exist. No one ever saw God. No one in this world ever saw God. I'm sure about it, folks. What I say is a fact. It's real. No one ever saw God, my Father. No one ever saw God, my Father. No one. Why? He did not let you. But I saw God. And I saw him many times. Okay, folks. Coronavirus, right? How did it start or how can it start? Well, it can start with a weapon. It can start with powder into the air, into airplanes. When it starts to rain, it will fall down on you. You understand? It can be with animals. Definitely the flying ones. Like bats or grasshoppers, mosquitoes, flies. The wasp or the bee. It can go into your water. It can go into your food. And folks, Chinese people, you know, they eat very strange things. Be sure of it. So, these Chinese people who get this, yeah, they did ask for it themselves. They eat dogs and they eat cats and crocodiles and brains from an ape and all that kind of balls from some kind of animal. The balls, testicles, and all that kind of things, folks. So these people are asking for that kind of thing. They know sometime, some day it will go wrong. So it did go wrong. It is by people or the fault of people. It's both. The two different kind of people are both wrong. Do the wrong things. So folks, the next time you eat eggs and you are sick, and I am not, then I can tell you, yeah, man, I never eat eggs. I know what's in it. I know there is poison things in it and all that kind of thing. It's not good. Or chicken, or, you know. I say, let live, but not ask to die. So I let it live. I'm never gonna eat it. And this did happen in the day when God did come and did spiritual thing. And I think that's also God. These are two things what I did get. So I did get the Spirit and I did get God. And I think the thing what is speaking with me is the Spirit of God. I'm not sure, but He gives me very nice things to know, to understand, to learn, to see, to hear, to feel. It's all in me. And, well, sometimes God speaks with me, you understand? But most of the times it is the spiritual thing what speaks with me. It do a lot of things. It heals me and all that kind of things, you know? When God did come, I did get this spiritual thing also. That was a crazy feeling. And it's like I'm possessed, you know? I'm possessed with God. God did possess me. It's like that. I think a better possession cannot take place. So let God possess you and lead you the way. For He knows all the ways. And definitely the ways you people do not know. So if I'm gonna stand somewhere because it's raining so hard that everybody need to swim, then God will take me somewhere I don't have to swim. And there will be no one else. I will be the only one who will stand there or wait there. You understand? It saves me. The spiritual thing, it saves me. It warns me. So what's going on in China, folks? Yeah, I'm sorry, folks, but I see it like it is their own fault. You understand? They eat crazy things. You know, we love cats and dogs, right? They eat them. They really do. and more of that kind of thing. They do crazy things with animals. And yeah. Also, many Chinese people do have sex with animals. Did you know? No? Then now you know it. It's true, eh? But this is all over the world. You know? Many people all over the world will try to have sex with their animals they love. Or let them be licked and all that kind of things. Or kissed or whatever. It's true, eh, folks? There are many of these kind of lovers. They are all in danger. Because a dog do things you will not do. So when a dog is outside, he do things you don't see. And then he comes inside and he's friendly for you and he lick you and you let it. But you do not know what he gonna give you. And also the dog do not know. But you need to know better. So it's a warning. Now folks, again, I told you, let all the animals free. If it comes back to you, it wanna be with you. But I mean definitely the birds. And the fish. But definitely the birds. It's the only species you can free them from their prison. All of you need to listen to this. Let it free. One day you will be locked up. And you will feel like a bird in a cage. Going nowhere. Then you know how a bird must feel. It must be free, folks. It do have wings to fly. So the coronavirus, folks. Is it man-made? Well, it's definitely man-made. Yeah, it did come from a weapon, or it did go into animals, or it did come out of the air. And then I talk about this airplanes who leave stripes into your air. With poison stuff. And you will see these chemtrails everywhere, folks. Not only in America, or in China, or in Japan, or in Russia, all over the world, they are busy with this thing. It's not only there, it's everywhere. They're busy to kill the world, poison the world. So you better live now, and not for years, folks. You're gonna see the most terrible things. You will never forget. And even the day you die, you will not forget. You will take it into your soul. It's your travel bag. That's why the devil wanted. He wants your travel bag. That you cannot travel to my Father. Or to something else what is nice. Because only a few will go to my Father. But also a lot will go to nice places. But not heaven. Heaven is special. And you cannot come there that easy. And if you want to be there, you still do have a long way to go. You need to learn about everything. They never will teach you in schools. My father's school is perfect. Walk with God, folks, and you will know everything. You really will know the things you never even thought it exists. And it will blow your mind. It will blow you out of your socks. Walking next to your shoes. Thinking you walk in it. You know, folks, I did make promises, eh? And if I gonna ask to this spiritual thing what is in me, do I need to keep myself on this, or can I do something else? Then this spiritual thing gonna warn me, eh? He will say, oh yeah, you can do something else, or he gonna say, no man, a promise is a promise, and you keep by that. It's a hard talker, and I listen to it. This is how I know people so very good. Like I told you, I'm not with you because I don't want it. But I know you all. I know your thoughts. I know your things. I know what you do. I know what you say. I know what you want. It's not that difficult anymore to tell you that you want to be rich and famous. And you want to be with the devil. And this is what you're gonna get. All of you. And God will not take you away from it. Because it's your decision to make. And sometimes I tell to my Father God, yes, but Father God, these people are really very stupid. You need to help them, or they all will go to this dark side. And God tell me the same thing. He tell me, yeah, my son, they need to make their own choices. And like I told you with Rihanna, you know, that I did bring her to a place no one wanna be. This spirit did come in. And then I saw also God in the air. And I did speak with God. Can you save her? Can you give her another chance? And God did nodded, no. No, it's not gonna happen. And then this spirit talked to me. This spirit say, yeah, talk with her. And if she don't wanna jump, then you must push her. So I did talk with her. And she was crying. She was very sad. This time, these are real tears. All the time, the tears are not real. These are movie tears, folks. They use this in movies to look into the light till your eyes begin to burn and become wet. Or they do it in lying, crying in lying. But that's what movies are. They're all a big lie. All the movie players are liars. And I saw it like this when God did come. I never did think like this. When I saw a movie player and I thought, oh, this is a nice movie, you know. Yeah, you go for the movie, yeah, he's a nice player. But you will not stand still what the man really is doing. When God did come, directly I saw this. I told my Father God, I watched this movie and I watched it liars. Why they always need to lie? Well, that is movies. It's lying all the time. Lying in names and lying in how to die and all that kind of things, you know. It's lying all the time. You know, one day you see Spider-Man and you know that he is Peter Parker, and the next time you see him in another movie, and there also he is dying. And then you think, huh? But dat is toch Peter Parker? And then you're gonna think, is he now dying for real? And it's all a lie. They're dying all the time. Or they play the hero all the time. But that's the thing what I saw. They play to be a liar. And I never saw it so well. In the time God did not come to me. I did not think about this. I was not that far, folks. But now that God is with me, I think like this. It's this spirit what is in me. He cannot keep his mouth shut. He tells me everything. But God is also with me, and he is not such a talker. But his spirit cannot stop talking. Like me. I can speak very long, folks. I can speak forever if I like. So yes. So what's going on with the Chinese, folks? Yeah, if you ask me, they ask for it. You know, they do such terrible things with animals. You don't want to know. But it's really true. And yeah, you will see all over the world, folks. People who need to be punished will be punished. It's easy. And they do it because of their own stupid mistakes. Most of the time. Or dirty people gonna kill you, or you're gonna kill yourself. Because of the stupid thoughts you do have in your, huh? In you. You must be very careful and think very good what I say here. Because I tell you really the truth. And you better die today than you will live some more years. you're not gonna like it. Also this year, you will not like. And the next year, you will not like. Till the last year, you definitely will not like. You don't want to be here then. You want to be long gone, folks. But for the most of you people, all will understand what will come next. And you're not gonna like it at all. But I did one so many times. One day you're gonna listen to me. You all will come to this channel. You will and must understand that I'm really a child of God, really touched by God, and that the Spirit of God is in me. And I don't want him to leave. So I do everything in my power, whatever I can do. And that is warning you people for the things what really is coming. For lots of you live in the last days, and for lots of you live in the last years. And I'm telling you, you better die today than that you need to live more years. It's not gonna be pretty. You're not gonna like it. But don't kill yourself, folks. It will lead you to the destruction of murderers. All the people who did kill themselves, yeah, they go to a special place of killers who kill themselves. They never will be with God. God don't take murderers. And if you murder yourself, God told me also, yeah, my son, if you murder yourself, then I take my hands off of you, because then I see you like a murderer. And I cannot take murderers. And I told my Father God, yes, but I want to do it to be with you right now. And God told me, no, 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 no. It's not going to happen. You get me far away if you do this. So God did change my mind. So I did not kill myself. But that is what I was thinking. I wanted to be with God as fast as possible. So I thought I'm going to kill myself, then I'm with God soon. But God told me something else. He told me that I need to stay here. I am needed here. And folks, you listen to me. I do good works. I do the works of my Father God. I'm proud to work for my Father, but I'm not proud in the stories I tell. Because these are the hardest stories you ever will hear from one boy. And this boy really is the unknown prophet of God, the name given by God himself.